students. So last class the discuss about the topic is so what is the gravitation? So gravitation law of force F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square, and what is the units of the gravitation law? So etc. Last class we discussed. Now today discuss about the topic is what is the orbital velocity? What is orbital velocity? And to expression for orbital velocity. To expression for orbital velocity. So orbital velocity, and it is denoted by the v naught. Orbital velocity, it is denoted by the v naught. Now also discuss the escape velocity. Now two velocities are discussed in intermediate level, that is in gravitation. So one is the orbital velocity, another is escape velocity. What is orbital velocity? So what is the orbital velocity? And so the velocity is required to the object. The velocity is required to the satellite or object. Revolve around the revolve around in circular path, in circular orbit. In circular path, in circular orbit is called as a orbital velocity. Is called orbital velocity. What is orbital velocity? So the velocity is required to the object. The velocity is required to the object. That object is revolving around in circular path, in circular orbit. In circular path, in circular orbit is called as a orbital velocity. Orbital velocity. Now here, so some velocity is required to the object. So the object is revolving in a circular path. Revolving in a circular path. Okay. So our circular orbit is called as a orbital velocity. Right. Okay. So it is denoted by the v naught. V naught be the orbital velocity. Now, so to find out the orbital velocity, okay, so now consider the earth of the mass m and radius is r. Consider the mass of the earth capital M and radius r, capital R. Got it? Now consider the object of mass m or satellite of mass m, okay, revolving in a circular orbit, revolving in a circular orbit with velocity is v naught, with velocity is v naught, and h be the height difference between the surface of the earth to the satellite. Okay, so now first of all we consider the earth of mass m and radius r. Okay, now mass m and radius r. Now we consider the object of mass m or satellite of mass m revolving in a circular orbit with velocity is v naught. With velocity is v naught. Okay, and so now also consider the height h taken between satellite and surface of the earth. Got it? Now the two forces are acting on the satellite. One is the attractive force, that means centrifugal force, centripetal force. Okay, centrifugal force, centripetal force. Okay, so one is centrifugal force, another is the centripetal force. According to gravitation law, so F is equal, according to gravitation law, F is equal to G capital M small m by R plus H whole square. Got it? According to gravitation law, F is equal to G capital M small m by R plus H whole square. Okay, right. So this is the equation 1. Now, so another is taken. So centripetal force. This force is equal to the centrifugal force because the satellites is constant revolving in a circular orbit. The two forces are equal and opposite. Equal and opposite. That is, one is the centrifugal force, another is the centrifugal force. Okay. So now, according to the gravitation law, so gravitational force F is equal to G capital M small m by R plus H whole square. R plus H whole square. So now centrifugal force. Centrifugal force. Centrifugal force, that is the F is equal. Okay. So M V naught square by R plus H. Okay. M V naught square by R plus H. So this is the equation 2. So these two equations are comparing. Okay. So the comparing these two equations, so M V naught square by R plus H is equal G capital M small m by R plus H whole square. So why are because these two equations are equal. So that taken the satellites is continuous revolving in a circular orbits. So these two forces are equal and opposite. So to find out the velocity of the orbit or orbital velocity V naught. So R plus H cancel. So remaining equation we get M V naught square by G capital M small m by R plus H. Okay. So M and M are cancelled. So remaining equation V naught square is equal to G capital M by R plus H. So V naught is equal to under root of G M by R plus H. So this is the velocity of the orbital velocity. Okay, so required the orbital velocity V naught is equal to under root of G M by R plus H. G is the gravitational force, gravitation. So gravitation law. So M is equal to mass of the earth. So R is equal to radius of the earth taken height H. Okay, so we can write the another words in small g. We can write, so small g is equal to G M by R square. Okay, G M by R square. So now here, so V naught by under root of. So if in case of R is greater than H. Okay, R is greater than H. So condition is taken. So V naught is equal to under root of GM by only taken R. R is greater than H. Okay. So the radius is very large compared to the height. So that's condition. Okay. That particular condition is taken only R. Okay. So now V naught is equal to under root of GM by R multiplication with respect to. Okay. So multiplication with respect to R divided R. Okay. Now we can write the another words. So G capital M by R square into R. Okay. So G M by R square we can write the small g. So that is equal under root of G into R. Okay. So this is the total orbital velocity. So to find out. So up to wider enough. So it's also find out the in a small g. So that V naught is equal to under root of G R. Okay. So V naught is equal under root of G M by R plus H. So V naught is equal under root of G M by R plus H. And so V naught is equal under root of small g into R. Okay. So got it. What is the orbital velocity? And so to find out the orbital velocity. Right. So that is the next one topic is geostationary satellites. Okay. Geostationary satellites. Geostationary satellites. Geostationary satellites means, okay, so what is the, how to define the geostationary short lines. That means, so the time period of the revolving of the, okay, the time period of the revolving of the artificial short lines, okay, the time period of revolving is means this is the revolving, okay, so the sun is center, the earth is revolving, okay, so that means the time period of revolving of the artificial short lines is equal to the time period of the rotation of the earth, okay, so these two are equal. One is the revolving of the artificial short lines is equal to the rotation of the earth, okay, rotation of the earth. So that is called as a geostationary short lines, okay. So revolving the time period, taken the time period of the revolving of the artificial short lines is equal to the time period of the rotation of the earth itself, okay. So that is called as a short lines. What is the short lines? Geostationary short lines. So that is the time period is taken 24 hours, okay, 24 hours of the time period is taken geostationary short lines. So what is the geostationary short lines? The time period of the revolving of the artificial short line. The time period is taken, okay, time period of revolving of the artificial short lines is equal to the, okay, time period of, okay, time period of, we have taken rotation of the earth, rotation of the earth itself is called as a geostationary short lines. And what is the uses? So uses is nothing but, so short lines uses is taken, so that is study of the upper layer of the atmosphere, study of the upper layer of the atmosphere, forecast change in the atmosphere, okay, got it. So forecast change in the atmosphere, and to estimate or study of the size of the or shape of the earth, okay, and so to identify the natural resource and minerals inside of the earth or on surface of the earth by using the short lines. So number of the examples are the taken TV signals, okay, cell phone signals, so etc. are taken also by using the short lines, okay. So telecommunications is also using the short lines. So number of the examples are, number of applications of the, we can write the short lines, okay. What is the geostationary short lines? What is the uses of the geostationary short lines? Uses is taken to study of the upper layer of the atmosphere and forecast change in the atmosphere, okay, and study of the natural resource and or upper layer of the surface and inside also. So number of the uses are, we can write. Now is taken under gravitational force. So one of the problem is taken. So that is the two spherical balls of mass m, that is the 1 kg are placed 1 centimeter apart. Find the gravitational force of the attraction between them. Find the gravitational force of the attraction between them. So two spherical balls of each mass is taken 1 kg. So now solution is the first of all. So that is the each mass of the first ball is taken. Okay, mass of the first ball m1 is equal 1 kg. Okay, so mass of the m1 first ball. So second ball, mass of the second ball is also taken 1 kg. Okay, and these two balls are separated. Distance is taken 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter. Okay, separate distance. Separate distance is taken r or d. So is equal 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter is converting into meters. So 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. Okay, 1 centimeter is converting into the meters. 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 meters. And so gravitational law of force. So F is equal. Okay, gravitational law of force. So G is equal to 6.67 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Okay, got it. So under the two balls of the attraction, so F is equal G m1 m2 by r square or d square. We can write any. Okay, so F is equal, that is the attractive force, attraction force of the between two bars. So F is equal G m1 m2 by r square. So G is equal, we can write that equation 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 into m1 and m2. m1 is 1 kg mass and m2 is also 1 kg mass by r square. R square is taken, that is the distance. So 1 into 10 to the power of minus 2 whole square. Okay, so now 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 11 by, so 10 to the power of minus 2 whole square, 10 to the power of minus 4. So next that is equal 6.67 10 to the power of minus 11 into 10 to the power of minus 4 is taken 10 to the power of plus 4. Okay, so that is equal 6.67 into 10 to the power of minus 7. Okay, so that is called as a force. Okay, force, that is called as the attraction force between the two balls or two bodies. Okay, got it. So now discuss the another problems next class. Okay, thank you students.